Alright guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Safety AJ. Welcome to AJFR Football Reactions. And quickly, I have three big news for you guys today, and they are actually good news going forward. And Chelsea is actually making some little silent moves in the transfer window finally. And we talk about Palestra, because as at the point I'm doing this video, Fabrizio Romano tweeted yesterday that he is in London for his medical, and also Palestra himself has come out that he's happy to join Chelsea. We'll talk about that as well, and also we'll talk about the Marseille's LaCroix and his transfers as well. We're going to talk about Chelsea preseason fixtures, what to expect, what game you should look out for, and the timing of those matches. So quickly, let's go into Marseille's LaCroix. Fabrizio Romano tweeted yesterday evening saying my Palestra himself is happy to join Chelsea. He tweeted again yesterday also that we'll be in London tomorrow, which is Friday, and at the time I'm shooting this video is Friday, so I want to believe he's in London already going through his medical, and I believe Chelsea will announce the deal. Probably they might want to wait till July 1st when they unveil Xabi Alonso, because this Xabi Alonso first signing of his era. So let's look up to that as well. And quickly, to make the video very brief, as you can see on the board, that's for the medical of Palestra. Then Marseille's LaCroix of Crystal Palace. I think Chelsea are making a move. Now Chelsea have made inquiries. They've approached for Marseille's LaCroix, and this is a good thing. It's not like Chelsea have submitted an official bid, you understand? So, but briefly on who is Marseille's LaCroix, some people are like, who is that, who is that? He's a Crystal Palace defender, and he's a player they bought a couple of years ago. They bought him for £18 million before he became their mainstay and a big player in Crystal Palace. He played also with Maguire. When he saw Maguire, he stepped in and became the big figure in their defense. And as we all know, we know Crystal Palace are a very good defensive side. They are they have good defenders. They are hard to beat. They are hard to, when you play them, you know you are playing a rock, because they are very solid at the back line. And Sky Sports, Marseille's LaCroix is emerging as a potential target ahead of 26-27 season, and Chelsea have intensified their effort to sign the Crystal Palace centre back. Now, the Blues are exploring the market, and LaCroix has caught the West London's club attention. Now, following an impressive season last season, the 25-year-old that cost them £80 million when he arrived has established himself to be a key figure for the club. Now, Xabi Alonso is understood to have made the signing of a centre-back one of his priorities, which is a good one, because if we check all for the past couple of, let me say, 2 managers or 3 managers, from Pochettino till Liam Rosinho, each managers have talked about having a centre-back. Yeah, Pochettino said it, Enzo Maresca said the same thing, and Liam Rosinho also admitted the same thing as well. And LaCroix is among several players being considered by the London outfit. His pace, his physicality, his composure making an attractive target for clubs seeking modern profile centre back. Is this player that has this, this presence, this physique, the kind of players like, good defenders do have, like Terry, even Van Dijk. When you get as a striker or probably as any player and you are playing against a team, you are seeing this kind of big figure in front of you is always something to consider about either the person is good or not. As a player, you always like, how is this person going to be physically, something like that. And Chelsea defensive plans could also depend on the departures from the current squad. Chelsea have 8 defenders currently and they need to sell. We all understand that they need to sell. And we believe the likes of Fofana, Trevor Chalobah, I said Disasi still there, and Badiashile, players like that. Chelsea need to sell. And with Chalobah attracting attention, who has emerged as a transfer target for ambitious Isai Como. So Como is facing stiff competition for Chalobah's signature, with several other clubs also keeping tabs. I read in this one where they say Xabi Alonso is very, very interested in keeping Chalobah. But what I know is, if Chalobah has been a player that has been at Chelsea for a long time, and for the longest. And one thing I know about Chalobah is, every season, he is always a talk of transfer. If I were Chalobah a long time ago, I would have left Chelsea. Chalobah loves Chelsea so much, but I understand, because selling Chalobah is a pure profit. It's really, really a pure profit. But living like you don't have this confidence that every season you always be the talk of transfer and all that is not a good advantage for any player. It unsettles players a lot, if you know what I mean. The player might be planning for some long-term personal life and all that, but when you are the talk of a transfer every season, it's a disadvantage. It doesn't put you at an advantage. And I was even surprised when he came back, when he was recalled back from his loan. If it was other players, they have done less. They've gone even without going through what Chalobah went through while at Chelsea. So I think Chalobah is #1 target to be sold, because the club have been making attempts for that for a long time. Now, Chelsea is inquiring to Marcins LaCroix represent an early move rather than a formal bid. Like I said earlier, it's not a formal bid yet, but it underlines the club's intent to strengthen at the back. Whether they can convince Crystal Palace to part with one of their defensive mainstays remains to be seen. But Marcins LaCroix has undoubtedly become one of the names to watch at the summer transfer window gathers pace. Now, and when we see news like this, it always gives us comfort, because most of us have been looking for that, that dopamine, that transfer dopamine, like everybody has been signing, Chelsea is going for, Chelsea is signing and all that. And finally, slowly, the transfer window is very, very slow, but gradually we are getting there. And it's because when Xabi Alonso fully resumes, we will know who's going and who is coming in. That is for sure. That is a sure thing. And very, very quiet preseason. And at the same time, they will be having, when Xabi Alonso resumes on the 1st of July, players also will be resuming. For those that didn't go to the World Cup, they will be resuming. And I believe those that went to the World Cup, there's this FIFA rule, maybe probably from around 16, I was there about, where players have been entitled to be given 21 days. So players that are in the World Cup will definitely come later into the beginning of the season. And kindly hit the like button and also subscribe, because I'm dropping a video. I want to explain some FIFA rules on when players are actually coming, and also I'm going to explain the news about players holiday times before coming back. I'm compiling that video, so you want to subscribe and hit the like button. And for the fixtures, like I posted, as you have seen, Rangers will be starting their preseason on July 28th. They have a match against Western Sydney Wanderers. That's 10:45 a.m. BST. You can check the time in your time zone. Then August 1, that's 3 days later, 4 days later, Chelsea will be playing Tottenham. Yeah, and they'll be playing the match in Sydney also, 10:45 a.m. Then August 5, that's another 4 days later, Chelsea will be playing Juventus at Hong Kong in China. And that's 12:30 p.m. BST. Then on the 8th, Chelsea will be playing AC Milan in Jakarta, 1 p.m. And finally, they'll be playing Johor Darul, I guess I pronounced that right, Johor Darul Tahim That's 1 p.m. BST. So just we're playing a total match of 5 matches, and one thing I like about this preseason is it will be enough for Alonso to like quickly organize his team, know who and who is staying and who and who to like work with going forward, who to assess and what to put together. So 5 matches is quite a good one because if you remember, last season we really had a good preseason. I think we played like 1 match or 2 matches, 1 or 2 matches. That was due to the Club World Cup. Yeah, he didn't give them the players and the manager an ample time to probably have a good preseason. But that's not an excuse of having a bad season because once you are a top club, my belief is if you are playing a big team or in a top club like Chelsea and teams that compete every now and then, every season, not just compete for survival, compete for trophies, you have to get used to some certain things that not normal players do. We have players that like play maybe like this season now, they will know the importance of playing Champions League because they will be very, very boring through all the midweek. Now they will know the importance of always competing. Yes, that is if they're ambitious. Any player that is not ambitious will be cool, will be fine with it. But if you're ambitious, you know why there's a Champions League out there or any European trophy or matches played out there and you are there watching instead of playing, they are going to feel that a lot. So that's a wrap for today. I'm dropping another video. Make sure you like this video and you subscribe so that you'll be notified when I drop my shorts and my video every now and then. And there's a lot to discuss about now we are gearing up for the end of the month, and Alonso is coming in. There will be a lot of videos that will be coming out from me, a lot. So you don't want to miss. Hit the like button and also subscribe. My name is Safety AJ Football Reactions. See you in my next video. Bye for now.